So here's my honest take on the Super Bowl halftime show that was played yesterday in California between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots, and Bad Bunny performed during the halftime show. My take is going to be a lot different from what you see in the news or see in the YouTube comment section, because I am an Indian who has also lived a huge part of her life in the US and also has raised my child in US. I have an opinion also as a marketeer and a communications coach. So I'm going to see and view this from many multiple angles before I collect it all together and give you my viewpoint. Now, first of all, I have to address the obvious, that Bad Bunny does not sing in English. Bad Bunny's selection as the performer for the halftime show has been controversial from the get-go. And I get it, because 77% of the NFL viewers are white Americans and they don't speak Spanish or are not comfortable with Spanish. So you're basically alienating 77% of your viewers. But even if you look at the Hispanic population, 20% of America is Hispanic, and out of that, only 1% play in the NFL. Whereas if you look at the African American population, they overachieve and are more than 50% of the players. And when you look at the players, you also understand how much the society or the community of those players is invested in the game. So this selection apparently can sound like madness and a suicide, but wait till the end of the video, because I'm going to tell you something that is going to make it make sense. Now, if I'm going to judge it as a show purely by the showmanship, the visuals, it was delivered. I mean, if you watch the show and if you were on mute, it would not be a problem. Every second was a dopamine hit and you would have enjoyed every second of it. But that also brings me to the question of selecting Bad Bunny as a musician or as a singer. There is where it kind of failed, because first of all, nobody could understand the meanings of his songs, but also when Lady Gaga performed, think about it. She performed Die With A Smile with a salsa remix. And although she did a great job, it put the song out of context. Now the song and the music, nothing quite matched. So think of how much of Bad Bunny's music you're actually losing when you don't understand the words. So if you're being entertained, you are entertained only 50% of what the true potential of entertainment is. But this was not just music, not just entertainment. There was a message delivered. This also had political undertones. Not just undertones, but Bad Bunny actually made a political statement during his performance, which seems to have become a norm these days, that celebrities go up, perform, and they give their political points of views. Now, 3 questions come to mind. 1. Should celebrities have the option of putting up their political opinions during an entertainment slot? Number 2, do these political messages matter? Are they not important? Should they not matter to you and me and everybody? Now, there is a conflict of interest here, because when you're sitting together and watching a game, whether it's at a pub or you're sitting in your home on a couch, you're sitting with your friends or family or colleagues and friends, you were all wearing one jersey, but suddenly within that same jersey, you have to now pick a side. That's a lot of pressure. Now, you might say that those fissures, those divisions already existed underneath that jersey. So it's not like something new is being said. And I agree. The question here is whether you want it or not. But last but not the least, I am a mother. And therefore, I see things from an apocalyptic point of view. If you look at Bad Bunny's entire music repertoire, if you look at his songs, his music videos, none of them actually cater to children. And sports is one place where the children dominate even more than adults. It's the kids who play sports, and you have to introduce your kids to the sports really early on. And it's the games that they are going to watch. This is one thing the family is going to watch together. So if you are going to put a performer who is not into family entertainment at all, you are hooking up the children with a performer who is not meant for them. Now, a sports finale match is one place where you get a huge chunk of the underage audience. And lately, I'm not just talking about Bad Bunny, but lately it seems to me like all the sporting events are having these performers who are into overtly adult themes. They are singing about explicit content, explicit lyrics, the clothes, the costumes, the messaging, the themes, all of them seems to be not catered for the children. Now, if you take all these factors into account, choosing Bad Bunny as the performer of Super Bowl halftime show might apparently seem like a self-defeating prospect, but it's not, and let me explain why. I have been a marketeer for the longest time in my life, and I see the money trail instantly. This is not about Super Bowl, and this is not about Americans. No, this is not about devil versus God either. What this is about is expansion of a sporting franchise. NFL for the longest time has been only limited to a certain part of the American continent. Now it's trying to flex. Just like Elon Musk is thinking about Mars and making a colony there, the NFL is thinking, what if we expand? Let's start with the Hispanic community. Let's get the rest of the Americas, and then we'll move into Asia and Africa. They are having big dreams. And when you sit down quietly and analyze the numbers, you will see that the Hispanic community has been the fastest growing community of NFL viewers. And that should explain why Bad Bunny, a person who does not sing in English at all, was chosen to be the front and center of the largest sporting event of America. Let me know what you think of my opinion in the comments. Do like and subscribe. This is my communications and public speaking channel where from time to time I analyze what the celebrities are up to and how their communication matters. See you in the next video.